Welcome, YouTube, to Get Some Games. I'm Sean, and today I'm going to be talking about all the awesome news that 2K just released about WWE 2K17. So far, all we really know about this game is that Goldberg is the pre-order bonus, Brock Lesnar's on the cover, and now at this point, as I'm recording this August 12th, IGN has revealed 2 weeks worth of a new roster, which hasn't really been all that exciting because for 2 weeks worth of new people, really the only new people to the game have been Braun Strowman and Charlotte, which are great additions, but it's pretty obvious that they were going to be in. However, today, August 12th, they put out a press release, or kind of like a blog post on their website, talking about some new features. They didn't really go too much into detail, but they kind of gave us an overview and said that they will go more into details, down the line as the game is about to come out. And I'm like super excited about everything that they announced today. For starters, there's not going to be a showcase mode. At first I thought they were going to get a lot of crap for this, but people seem to be in the same boat as me, where I'm actually really glad that they took their time and their efforts into universe mode and my career mode instead of showcase mode. I've never really been a fan of showcase mode at all. It's just like replaying old events that we already saw happen in real life just so we can see it in cutscene form. And then we have to play out like specifically exactly like a checklist of what to do. That, I don't know, that's just never really been fun to me. So universe mode, at least for me, and I know a lot of other people, is the bread and butter of the WWE 2K series. And I'm so hyped that this is the direction that they're going this year. But before we jump ahead, let's go from the blog post. I start with gameplay. And since 2K's taken over, they've made it really obvious that they are going for the wrestling simulation WWE style gameplay over a more arcadey gameplay experience, like maybe in the past, like Here Comes the Pain or the old Fire Pro Wrestling games. Like I said at the beginning, they didn't really go too much into specifics for this, but they basically are, they want you to have as much control as possible in the ring. And it seems like the biggest change that they've mentioned so far is that they added crowd fighting, which people kind of noticed a little bit in the Finn Balor entrance video, or in the Brock Lesnar entrance video. You can see that there was like a table and a trash can and some things in the crowd. So they have confirmed that you can once again fight in the crowd and backstage areas, which is awesome. That expands so much that you could do your story better that way, just have more environments, mix it up, a lot more cool ways to just have different matches. And these areas are going to be incorporated into my career mode, but I'll go into that a little bit later when I talk about my career mode. And the two things, weirdly, that they mentioned really specifically was they've greatly improved the responsiveness of gameplay while updating game systems like ladders and taunts. So maybe that could mean ladders, like maybe how you fight on a ladder. It could be like maybe when two people are on a ladder, what you do up there. It could be the physics of the ladder, which I really, really hope weapon physics are improved, because since probably WWE 12, ladders and tables have just been terrible. They collapse if you even like look in their direction, especially the tables. It's almost impossible to set up cool spots with those things. So I really hope, they do point out ladders specifically, but like maybe if you guys have seen the 7 new features we want video that we did, just weapon physics are a complete nightmare in these games. So, and then they talk about a new secondary submission system. So that's really cool too. I actually do kind of like the submission system that they have in these games so far, but the secondary submission system could be anything. Who knows? I wish they went into a little bit of detail, because that's incredibly vague. And then they've said, as usual, they've added thousands of new animations in WWE 2K17. And I think that's really important, because for a game that comes out every year, if you want it to feel fresh at all, just making things look and feel different from year to year I think that's incredibly important. So I love seeing that they did something like that. Just adding more animations, make everything just look updated, but just different to, just help justify the $60 that I spend on these games every single year. And then moving from there, they talk about the Creation Suite, and the big news in the Creation Suite is that they're bringing back the recorded video highlights feature, which is awesome. And thankfully, just like in the past, they are bringing back the ability to create use all your recorded highlights and then create your own entrance video for a created superstar, which is just, everyone loves creating superstars in these games, and every single little bit helps. They didn't mention create a finisher, which really sucks. I really, really hope that they're working on that feature behind the scenes, maybe for 2K18, or maybe they'll still bring it in 2K17. They probably would have mentioned it already. But because I loved having it back in the day, even though it wasn't very, tight. It didn't really work very well. It worked well, but I don't know. It looked like a mess, and it just, I can see why they took it out. So hopefully they're just working on it to refine it. So then when they finally do put it out, it's perfect. But enough about the negative. The great is having these new created Titantrons in. Hopefully you can download some. That'd be awesome if you download like a Kurt Angle Caw and attached to it is a created Kurt Angle Titantron. That would be really cool. They talk about deepening the create a show feature, and then they added a brand new create a victory feature, which is something I always thought was really cool. It sucks to create like a big bad monster heel, and then when you win a match, he's all like celebrating and being all happy in the ring. That always kills the immersion. So create a victory is an awesome feature that I never really thought of, and I'm glad that it might have been in the past. I'm starting to think that a game in the past might have had that, but it's slipping my mind right now. Anyway, I'm glad that they have it in there. Adding more created features, like they say, giving elements like body hair and things like that. Just anything and everything to give us the most varied options as possible. Some people buy these games and it basically isn't even a WWE game. They'll create like their Lucha Underground or their completely created everything, and they'll never even touch the WWE portions of the game, like the characters or anything like that. And now that you can create an arena, create championships, create wrestlers, just the more options, the better in this instance. And it looks like 2K really knows that that's a big deal. And my favorite mode, like I said, next they touch on WWE Universe mode. And the big new thing here is they want to create a new flow that focuses on the shows and the presentation to make Universe mode feel different than just a glorified exhibition match. It seems like 2K really watched my 7 new features video that I did a little bit ago. I'll link that in the description for you guys that want to watch that, haven't seen that yet. They really, in there I talked about how Universe mode is basically like a glorified exhibition, and if you don't do all the booking and everything in your head, it's really not that great, especially in 2K16, where it seemed like there was only one rivalry that could happen. Like if you set up rivalries, the same cutscenes would play over and over and over, and it got old after just a couple days, and I just turned off cutscenes, basically just stopped doing rivalries and just do all the booking in my head, and that's no fun. I can just do that in exhibition mode. I've been doing that since SmackDown 1 back in the 1999 or whatever year that game came out. So adding in all this stuff, make the game help out and have those cool moments, things that I'm not expecting, have those things happen. I don't want to just have it all in my head, like I said. Thankfully, they brought back the possibility of run-ins. That sucks that they took that out. They haven't had run-ins in Next Gen at all, so having in-match run-ins is really cool. And they brought back pre-match attacks in the entrances, which I thought was an amazing new feature from last year. And they've added post-match attacks, which is awesome. They really are adding in this ability to tell a story with your characters and give your characters some character. Like what makes a heel in these games? Like all you can do is just knock out the ref and then use a weapon or something like that. I mean, I guess you can do an illegal pin, but there really isn't much. So if I want to establish a heel in a Universe mode, it's great that I can do the post-match attacks, the pre-match attacks, and an awesome new feature which they didn't go into detail at all, and the sky seems to be the limit on this one. Hopefully it's not a disappointment. They're adding a promo engine, and they say the promo engine creates a new dynamic and brings the experience closer to the actual WWE than ever before, and they're offering a completely revamped offering of all Universe mode cutscenes, including familiar and brand new scenarios. So the promo engine, I really can't even fathom what that could be. Like, I mean, obviously I know it has to do with promos and maybe in between matches, it'll try to set up rivalries with promos. Maybe it'll be text-based. I'm sure I'd be fine with it being text-based because obviously they can't have all 150 wrestlers in the roster or whatever the number is this year. They said it's going to be their biggest ever, but they can't have every character, record every line. That's just like not possible. It would take 10 years for the game to come out. So I'd be fine with text-based. Just whatever they do, anything and everything that makes Universe Mode better and ups the presentation and, again, makes it more than just a glorified exhibition mode, I would love it. Because I know I'm not alone on this one. Universe Mode is what keeps me coming back week after week after week to the WWE 2K series. And refining it is just music to my ears. I love that they're doing this. And please, 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 2K, stop having rivals face each other week after week after week after week to make the pay-per-view match seem completely redundant and pointless. Hopefully, the new promo engine will allow rivalries to advance and get, further along and through promos instead of just match after match after match that just seems so completely pointless. So, hopefully, rivalries are completely reworked. That is so important. And the other big mode is My Career Mode, which they are bringing a lot of the Universe Mode new features into My Career as well with the promo engine. They said that the god-awful interview in the back with Renee Young is hopefully going to be improved. They make it seem like it's going to be, but man, those things are so cringeworthy in 2K16. Oh my god. Renee is a great interviewer and great announcer and like personality in real life. She's awesome, but in the game, just bad. So hopefully that's better. They say now more than ever how a player competes, reacts, what is said, and even what attire is worn can make a difference in a superstar's journey through the WWE. So that's really cool. Just WWE is so much more than just the wrestling matches. Like, I know that's at its core, that's what it's about, and that's definitely what's most important. But these games should be more than just about the competition. Like, everyone that I know that plays these games and that I've read on the internet, people don't just, they don't care about how good they are at the game or if they want to beat their friends or be the best online. It's about just creating that WWE atmosphere, and the best thing is, the stories and the characters and how the matches flow and being a heel or a face or connecting with the crowd, all those things, like the taunt system that I kind of really glanced over in the gameplay section. I don't know how they can revamp taunts, but I think it's awesome. More than just pushing the directional button out. It could be, I don't know, but the sky's the limit. That's why they're making these games and I'm not. I can't even speculate what it could be. Let me know in the comments what you guys think they could possibly mean by these things. As the weeks go by and as they put out more information, I'll keep making these videos. So if you like that, subscribe. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here and go back to My Career Mode. The best sentence for me in this blog post under My Career says, at some point, players are also likely to come face-to-face with Brock Lesnar and his advocate Paul Heyman. What happens when confronted by this imposing duo will greatly shape a player's future career growth in WWE. And that is incredibly exciting to me. It's kind of like a big, major boss battle with Brock Lesnar and having a promotion or not a promotion, but a rivalry with Brock Lesnar and having that. That's a great way to use him as the cover star since there isn't going to be a showcase mode featuring him. And that instantly makes me excited to go into My Career Mode and see how it's going to be better, knowing that looms over my head in the future, that I'll be coming face-to-face with the Beast in an actual tailored rivalry. And I'm really excited about that. Hopefully there's some great voice acting work in there. And that's basically everything. All this news, it's, like I said, not too specific, but I think it's a really good idea. The game is still 2 months away to just glance over kind of the major points that they want to get to, and then they specifically say that as the weeks go by, we'll get more in depth into all this stuff. Every week they keep putting out new characters on IGN, and WWE 2K17 is shaping up to be awesome. Can't wait to play it, and I'm going to be covering it a ton. Maybe even have some surprises and fun in store for the channel once the game is actually released. So if you're into all that and love that idea, please subscribe to us right here on Get Some Games.